Hi, I'm Brian Russell. Welcome back to class. Today, I want to do a little bit more Hebrew review, and I want to talk about how to transliterate and syllabify Hebrew words into English. And one of the best ways to see that you understand the process is to work through Zephaniah 3:8, because it essentially has every character that you're going to see in Hebrew orthography and phonology. The critical elements to be able to do transliteration is to understand the Bagad Kafat letters. Remember the letters that Beit, Gimel, Dalet, Kaf, Pei, and Tav. These do some interesting pieces to recognize your vowels, and then to essentially work through a process. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through here, and again, invite you to open up your own Hebrew Bible to Zephaniah 3:8, because my handwriting isn't maybe worse in Hebrew than it is in English. But what I am going to do is I'm going to walk through here and talk about this word by word. And I didn't give myself perfect space. I'm going to write above the words for the first line, and I'll write below the words for every line after that. So we have La Cain, and so we have Lamed, which is an L. This is a A-class vowel in a pre-tonic or near open syllable, so that's going to be a kamatz, a longer with a lengthened A. And you break up your syllable by putting a little hyphen. Then we have a cough. There's no dogish in there, so this is going to have a line underneath indicating that it's one of the it's a softer version of the Bagad Kafats. And then its vowel is a sere, which is a long E, and then we have the nun safi, La Cain. Okay, then we have a word with a makaf, so we have two words here, so we'll do these across here. We have a chait, which is a hard H sound. Now, here we have a patak, and then it's followed by a Bagad Kafat letter with a dogesh. This is going to be your strong dogesh, which both hardens the letter and doubles it. And so this is going to be transliterated a patak, which is just a regular A-class vowel, cough, and then a cough starts the second syllable, and then we have the sharuk. And you can do the pure long vowel with that, with a caret over it. In some systems, you'll actually transliterate the vowel letter. So I have a little W there for the vav. You don't have to do that. And then we have the makaf, and then we have li, lamed, and then we have hirityo, which again is another one of these pure long vowels, and in some systems you would have it like that. Naum, Adonai, and didn't write the vowels here. Now again, this word, a little unusual because these are the vowels for Adonai. This is God's name, so I'm going to just write this as it's written, and we want to recognize that this is an unusual word. But let's do Naum first. Naum, we have Nun, a Shava, that's a vocal Shava. So we're going to do the schwa, it's just a little barely audible sound, so we're going to write it as a superscripted letter. So N with a little E, and then we have the Aleph, a kibbutz, U-class vowel, and then a mem. And then if we were going to do that, we do it like that as it's written. Of course, that isn't the actual pronunciation for that word. And then we have le'um, le'yom, le'yom. We have lamed, again a vocal shava, a yod. We have the pure long O. Again, in some systems we'd have a little W there for the vav, and then a mem. Here we have one line. We have kumi. We'll go a little faster now as we get warmed up here. So we have a kof, the sharuk, again with little w, kumi. And a little hint on how to on Hebrew syllables. Remember, a Hebrew syllable always begins with a consonant, with the only exception being if would be if you have a sharuk at the beginning as the conjunction, which we don't have one in this particular verse. So you're always going to begin with a consonant. So le-ad, lamed, shava, there's the ayin, and we have a patak, dalet, and since there's no dagish in this bagad kafat, we put a line under it to indicate that it's a softened bagad kafat letter. Ki, we have a cough, again and this is not a doubling dagish, this is this just hardens it. Pure long I, and again you can put the little yod there in some systems. Mish pati, and this is a silent shava, so it's not transliterated. How do I know it's a silent shava? Because we have a shortened I vowel, and the plain vanilla vowels, patak, hirik, sagol, only happen in unaccented closed syllables, accents here. So mishpati. Le asof, sagol. Now here we have a guttural, the aleph, and it has a sagol vowel, or sagol shava, so it's going to be an E with a little short sign over it. We have sof, long O, and this is a bagad kafat letter without a dagesh, so that's going to look like that. Then we have goyim, gimel. Let me check the vocalization of that. I don't know if that should have had the, just double checking the goyim to make sure that it wasn't supposed to have a dagish on there, just so we can make sure we get that correct. Yeah, that should have a dagish in there. See, I caught myself. Usually bagad kafat's at the beginning of the word are going to have the hardening dagish. So let's go. Yim. Now here's a tricky one. This is if you can get this word, you understand the vowels here. Now we have lamed, a shava, vocal shava. Now here's the interesting syllable here. Is this a kamatz or a kamatz chatuf? Well, it would be unusual to have a vocal shava here since we have the accents on this syllable. You can see in the Masoretic text, this is actually a chametz chatuf. So this would be a Q, O, B, Sade, Hirik Yod. Silent Shva, bagad kafat letter without a hardening dagish. Tav without a hardening dagish. Lishpok, silent shava following the short vowel. This is just a hardening dagish because you're not going to get a doubling dagish or strong dagish after a silent shava. Alehem, so ayin, patak shava, lamed, le, hem, zami, z, patak, silent shava, kol, charon, api, notice the doubling dogish right there, so we get ayin, patak, p, api, ki, be'esh, keen, ati, q, kirik, noon, again, silent shava, ayin, kamatz, thi, no dagesh, te, a, kel, t, sere, syllable, aleph, kametz, Kaf, no dagish, sere, lamed, te'akel. And then our last phrase, kol haaretz, all the land. We have K. Now, what kind of a letter is this? And the accent's going to be down here, so this is going to be a pro-pretonic syllable. This is a unaccented closed syllable. So this is actually going to be the kamatz katuf again. So it's going to be an O. Kol, har, retz. All right, there you go. That's the transliteration of Zephaniah 3:8. Again, this will let you know if you understand the Shava rules, the Bagad Kafat letters, recognizing some of the pure long vowels, and practice this. And when you can do Zephaniah 3:8 easily, that you are probably well adapted and adept at Hebrew transliteration and syllabification. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comments, or you can send me an email. I'm Brian Russell. It's my privilege to be your instructor, and I will see you next time.